Hey up everyone, and welcome back to the North for another episode of Battle Brothers Anatomists and Stronghold mod. Last time, bit of spoilers here if you haven't watched the last episode, but you probably should if you haven't. We unfortunately lost Paul, the Kennel Master, to a big old fight down south, but he did not die in vain. It was around here. He didn't die in vain. We did gain some famed armor from it, which is currently sitting in our inventory, as well as Paul's shield. I'm actually going to put that as a repair. Also with Paul's dog. All of this, I think I probably will end up giving it to Didicus. It feels narratively correct, because Didicus is like Paul's understudy. So when I get back to Caer Bod, we will have a bit of a conversation, and probably a bit of an event as well. So, keep an eye out for that. But we are going to start this episode defending Fuchsberg, because it is under attack from the Undead Scourge. And it is also worth so much money. And that's going to go towards us finally building the Hamlet for Caer Bod. So, we finish this. Hopefully it brings us up to Invincible. We then go to Caer Bod, we build the Hamlet. Hopefully the two characters that I need to get spawn as well, so that'd be super handy. I'm banking on the arena being there to make one of them specifically spawn, so that'll be good. And then we'll go from there. We might be able to squeeze in the start of a legendary location today. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's go! To be fair, I didn't realize I had militia with me. Don't get me wrong, they're not going to be very good, but they're here. Alright boys, maybe don't run in there. What did I just say? Oh, you guys are idiots. Okay, well. Take it from a true bunch of girthy champs. You can't take... Alright, fine, see ya. Guess we're just gonna watch them die? This is gonna be brutal, isn't it? They don't... To be fair to this guy, he's not running. Props to him. But I'll be very impressed even if they do a little bit of damage, to be honest. Oh, go on, let's go help them. A little bit. But only a little bit. Only a little bit. Where's the priest? Where's Judas Priest? He's over there. So he's 1 inch on a guard, that's not a problem. Lucky! Unlucky! That's fine. Actually, you just wasted that, because you assumed I care about this person. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Ancient Priest, I do not. Oh, of course you stand there. You layabout. Well, okay then. Hang about. Stand like there. Get ready to like slam down there, I guess. Can you shoot at the priest? Nah, mate. Yeah, the arrows aren't really gonna do that much either this time round. Crossbows, on the other hand. Where are we at? Ah, that's unfortunate. It's cool. It's still cool. I didn't think you'd be able to get there. Alright, I guess we're just sort of moving and shaking around for a bit. Damn! Some unfortunate starts, but it's okay. Not to worry. Not to worry. Bit better. Way better. There we go. But at least this guy's kind of smart. He's a bit like, you know what? These guys seem to have this covered. I'm just gonna watch... Wow! Well, what did I say about the, their team getting a kill? I'm impressed. Fair enough. By Jove, he did it. There we go, there goes another one. Can you get in? I don't think... kinda can. Kinda can't. Wow! That's like a rusty sword. If he didn't die from the beheading, he would have died from at least infection. Probably. Yeah, this is fine. This is like my preferred stay. Okay. Alright, well. Fixed it. Not quite. Not scared of you at all. Because of this! Boom goes the dynamite. Oh, he's dead. Well, he might die, but at least he killed one of them. Props to you, man. And also, you're actually getting a lot of their attention, which is great for me. But not for you. Sayonara. It was fun. Oh, buddy. Yeah, a little bit of a tap. It's alright. I assume that you... Oh, God. I assume that you can't get your health back on skeletons just because they don't have blood. I think we've discovered this before. I think. Can't remember, though. I guess we'll find out in a second. Oh, buddy, you could have been like one of the survivors, but no, you're in there. You fool. absolute idiot. Well, at the very least, they're overwhelmed. I guess. Flip and reverse it. There you go. Also flip and reverse it. Oh, you're not dead. Me. You are. As you're almost. A little bit too far now. That's fine. Here come Pikes. Oh, God, you really hit him quite a bit. Nah, mate. Oh, wow. It is a 1 in 3 chance to hit Cyril, and he's getting hit at every moment. So that 1 in 3 chance is more like a 1 in 100 chance. No, sorry. 100 in 100 chance. 1 in 100 chance would be insane. Can you imagine? I cannot. Oh, you're approaching us. Save you. Right, what's your melee defense at the moment? What is it currently? 39. That's actually pretty crazy. So act like it. Hey? Oh, good job. They actually killed 2 of them. Fair dues. Right, we've started. Hang about. Slam down. You're just making so... A lot of shot work is happening here. Pull him back. He's evidently a flight hazard. Oh, he actually listened and stayed back. Good to him. That's better. There you go. Just give him a stern talking to and he's now back to normal. You're okay? Oh, damn these skeletons with no fatigue. They don't know what it's like to be so tired all the time. Damn them. Maybe get a... You know what? Go there. Sounds dangerous, but I've got a plan. Mostly. Oh, heck. Okay, alright, alright. Wow, that's suicidal. Sure. Fill your boots, mate, apparently. Right, at least you can escape now. Be free, kinda. Where are you even at? Bonk. It didn't even really do, like, the smoke cloud stuff. It just did a little bit of terrifying to the villagers, which didn't really work out for them anyway. And then, it died. Kinda like that. Ow! Rude. Oh, maybe I will flip back, actually. Stand there. Alright, let's clear up. You go over there. I know you're probably okay, but let's be sure. Oh look, there's two militia people still kind of alive. That's nice. Good for them. I mean, it's still dumb that they just ran in on like a suicide run, but hey, can't control them at the end of the day. They do what they want, mates. Go backline them. Go in, kill that one, jump up. All right, clean up time. Obviously, there's going to be way more fights, because it's 7,000 crowns. It'd be kind of weird if there wasn't more fights. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. It's fine. Come on. No, stand, Colgan. Stand there. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Don't mind if you do. Cool. I mean, that was pretty straightforward. But I'm fully expecting there to be, I don't know, maybe like 3 more fights? So 4 fights to 7,000? Sounds about right. Well, still no champions, just more skeletons. And more militia that are gonna die brutally. Like, you'd think that they would have seen their predecessors and gone, oh yeah, running in is bad. We should not do that. But we will, because we want glory for ourselves, I guess. Well, it's a straight ticket to being risen from the dead. Just saying. If you really want to join them so badly, feel free. Run at them. Run at them head first. Also, this is battle number 2. If there's going to be 4 battles, this ancient priest has already done more work than the other Ancient Priest jobber from before. But if there is going to be 4 fights, I'm probably going to skip like 1, maybe 2 of them. Well, at least they've bought us 1 single round. Maybe. Maybe not. To be fair, yeah, maybe not. Let me switch you in, good sir. God damn, Wayne. I just want to find... If I could find the tree normally, that'd be great. Then at least I could give you what you've always wanted. A new knee. You know what'll happen, though? We'll find the tree, we'll fix your knee, and then you'll die in the next fight. Or, you'll get another permanent injury, and surprise, surprise, it'll be another broken knee. You're gonna go to Five's route. Bro. I tried to warn him. Damn it. Oh, damn it. A 95 miss. Rolled 98. What was the chance of him getting stabbed? 33, rolled 25. Okay, fine. I thought the decapitation might have worked, but it didn't, unfortunately. Well, I said big boy hammer, but it was only 2 to smack. Damn. Shield up. Slightly sneak in that. Good job, poker. 49, 51. Yeah, okay. I'll start breaking the shields in a second if it keeps going like this. Bit of poison, but it's bearable. Yeah, if there's no blood, he can't get his superpowers back, unfortunately. But it makes sense. He is effectively a vampire. Vampires can't get health back from sawdust or bone marrow. Not that I'm aware of. Not the vampires I'm thinking of. Oh! From the other side of town. God damn, what a champ. Bonk. You guys gonna come in yet? No? Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Kind of like one of the fights from last time, where they stayed so still that it actually did me a favor. And once again, it's doing me a favor. Oh man, the smoke do be everywhere. Ah, fair play to that guy. He actually got a shot in. I mean, I expected it from you, Minim, to be honest, so... I mean, good you hit him, but I knew that you were going to. Wrangle him in. See ya. Oh, I didn't realize you were still in the smoke zone. This is a non-smoking area. We banned smoking 2007 in public places. Don't you know, Mr. Ancient Priest? You might be from before 2007, to be fair. That's also a UK-specific joke, by the way. You probably understood that. Whoop! Not this time, hombre. No, I don't want you to shoot, Colgan. I'm not saying that you will, I'm just saying that you might. Oh, mate, just drop dead, will you? Yeah, like that. Bonk. I mean, Terra did it. God, Terra got 5 kills. Like, he is on fire. More stuff for the grinder. I mean, I'm just going to keep it all and sell it at Caer Bod. Next. Well, unless all of a sudden champion Naxxeras exist, this is definitely not a champion fight. So let me just go blitzkrieg these Naxxeras. Or just, like, whisk them into paste, more or less. So the third fight was pretty straightforward. It was just 25... Sorry, not Naxxeras. No, yeah, Naxxeras. I keep getting Weird Gangers and Naxxeras mixed up sometimes. Yeah. Obviously, all the militia got eaten because they ran into the jaws of death, literally. But now we're fighting 15 Ancient Honor Guards, which, unfortunately, there isn't any champs. But hey, 15 Ancient Honor Guard, though, that's decent in terms of, like, stuff I can sell from them. So it's not the end of the world. Bit of a weird spawning. You've literally just given up, like, the best positioning you could have had, mate. He's left. You people have not seen, do not understand how to do the old warfare. And it shows. It really does. Alright, well. If you don't want the space, I'll take the space. He is so dead. Told you. This is going to be a chunky fight. This is a lot of armor. And it's nighttime, so the gun isn't going to be as effective. Man, 15 Ancient Honor Guards. That's quite something. I mean, at least there's no... I guess no dicking around, technically. But, come up here. It's a stop. It'll do. Blast him. Yeah, that's gonna need some work. Right. You know what? Screw it. God, everyone's knackered from moving. Shield up. Get fight ass here. Stand there for a sec, see what comes in. So I don't quite know. Damn, very close. Maybe don't kill your friend. Maybe stand here. Damn, well, at least we're overwhelmed. You're suicidal. Saying that, we're doing the exact same thing now, so I can't really call you suicidal if I'm already here. So, you know, there is that. Hiya! Slam! Wham! Oh, what was that? Oh. Just gonna ignore that. Flip. Yeah. Stay there. And are any of these injured? Indeed they are. I'm actually going to have to move up a bit. No, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, but... Ayah! Really? You had to start movement? And AP? Sorry, you started AP? That's what I meant to say. Ooh, that's a 62% chance. That's quite high. Actually... The armor gets hit a lot in melee for a backliner. Like... And to be fair, it's only a 34% chance to hit Michael. But he's getting creamed. Unfortunately. I might have to pull him back slightly. Hang about. I think I can solve it. Ah, you silly game, you. This is fun. He says, like, maybe. Yeah. That'll do. Slam. God damn, you're not dead. Wow, he was not around for long, was he? Ah, militia veteran. We knew thee too little. Well, I'll say that. Who cares? Moving on. God damn. Send them back to the earth indeed. Could have stayed in your caskets, mate. You're going to be safer there. Well, I was a tiny bit worried with 15 Ancient Honor Guards, because, whilst, you know, it's not ridiculously hard, I suppose. Ancient Honor Guards aren't exactly something you should just laugh at, even at this point. Still gotta be a little bit careful. A little bit. Wow, your shield, though. I was gonna remove it, but I ran out of AP to do so. Eep! Yo! Come on. Oh, look, he's surviving. Ah! Ah, never mind. Called it. That was a flag. That was a death flag. Of my own making. For him, not for me. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all coming together. Maybe don't be mean and shoot him. I'm going to actually vote not to shoot my own guys this time. Weird, isn't it? Wow, that's 14%. You got it. Well, see, sometimes it works for us. Sometimes. Just not all the time. When it does, it feels really good. Okay. Whew. Nope. It's fine. Cool. Right, let's get there and let's clean this off. This wasn't actually that bad. I mean, if you asked the militia people, they probably would have said it was like the worst day of their life, but we're just like, for me, it was Tuesday. Or Thursday. One of them was Bison's Day, alright? Fire again? It was a 17%. I wasn't expecting it to happen. You just never know. Right, come on then. Let's go slam this last guy. No. Stand now. Slam. There you go. Any level ups? I mean, Alwyn leveled up. That's surprising. And I will take all that stuff. Is that the last fight? Yeah, that is the last fight. That wasn't that bad. Not that I'm asking for, you know, worse. But those 4 fights, like, that was the hardest one at the end. And even then, we just smashed through it. Literally smashed through it. So, easy 7 grand? Easier than the 9 grand we made on the expedition, let me tell you. And nobody died. So, I was walking back, and I actually walked past a place where I was like, ah, there's a named person in there. What I didn't realize was, it's a named Necromancer? I didn't even realize that was a thing. Where are you? King of Worms. Is that a famed dagger? A famed wee dagger. Right then. Well, kids, we've got a heading. Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. Well, you shot the wrong person, but you know what? I like the spirit. How many guys are there, and is it going to be a massive problem? And let me just answer that now. Yes, it is. On the plus side, I brought in every single cleaver that I possibly own. And also Centurious can't run away, so there is that. I also completely forgot, but obviously with Paul unfortunately passing away, the potion that he ingested I can go get again for someone else. I think it was the Orc Warrior potion, so it was like 33% resistance to, like, getting stunned and stuff. I think? I'm gonna have to have a look myself, but I think so. But it'll kind of just, we'll get it when we go fight more greenskins, which will probably happen at some point. Soon, no doubt. No doubt. If it's 5 Geists, I'm fine with that. I can live with that. We just can't let Mr. Johnny Necromancer get away. He has moved back slightly, but I think he's still in range of the aimed shot. Go on, how many Geists? Interesting that they haven't moved. They usually do. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Probably a bad sign. Here we come, here we come, here we come. Well, as long as... No, there's 6 of them. Okay. I guess that's fine. Oh, he's stood next to her. Son of a bitch, he knows what he's doing. Clean sweep. Oh, beautiful. That's a great start. Oh, your armor's terrible. I completely forgot about that. Uh-oh. Shield up, don't let him come near you. He still might come near you. The last 3 Geists gone. Do I hear 4? Weirdly, my only concern now is making him rout, which usually is something I aim for. But this is the one time where I don't want to do that. Very strange, isn't it? How the turn tables. I'm actually going to have to go in there and beat him up. And not let him escape. Great blocking. Good job. No, no. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that was probably going to happen. Come on, you can do it, I believe. I might want to get Minimum a bit closer as well, to be fair. That could work. On guard? On guard, baby. On guard. No. Sweep. And, okay, alright. 36 again. That's more like it. He likes this guy. Fortunately, we've got some decent resolve-y people with us today, I think. There goes another head. He's not dead though, is he? Who can you slam down on? Why not? Well, at least those kill counters are going to be going up like nobody's business. Let me tell thee. Let me tell thee. Damn, almost dead. Shield up. Great dodge. Or block, even. Nope. Not you. Whew. Double decap. You love to see it. Oh, he finally got through, but to be fair, he blocked like 10 attacks before that, so fair play to Darth. I guess he wants to try and whip a guy, so I guess I can try and let him do it if it gets to him without him running away. That also did nothing, so great. What chance was that? Probably not happening. It's cool. I can probably try and get a little bit closer now, to be honest. Maybe not. Well, maybe so. Maybe so. Bear with. That's it, bear with. Ah, for shame. Beautiful bastard, Cold Breeze. I now forgive you for killing Bobbers. Well, kinda. Well, maybe not fully. A little bit more. How's that? I'll meet you in the middle and say a little bit more. Magnifique. Alright, well, I guess we'll see what that dagger does. Someone's getting an upgrade. It's not a rondelle, though. I actually don't know what it is. I couldn't really tell, to be fair. But at least now I know what sort of weapons spawn from champion necromancers. Whip? Oh, it's a laugh, innit? Oh, well. Oh, it might not be a laugh anymore. Oh, no. You go guard the exit. I guess. It would have been a person, like, the furthest away as well. Right, stand here, make sure he doesn't come near you. Saying that, just do... Oh! Okay, just do this. Better. Can you go... Oh, you have to go around, aren't you? Oh! It happened again! Oh, lightning indeed does strike twice. I'll give you a chance to whip it. And be nice about it. I'll give you a chance. Oh, 2 for 1. Yeah, go for it. Right. I am satisfied today. This is going very well. Can anyone get, like, a bit closer, maybe? Just... Is someone there? Oh, so sure is... The flag really covers him up, you know? Alright, let's seal this deal. Pretty please? Wow, 22%. Yeah, alright. Oh, bro. Flip. And reverse it. Great job, team. Those geists didn't know what hit him, literally. So what is it? So it's the Well-Balanced Gouge, an exquisitely crafted curved blade notoriously used by assassins of the southern deserts, particularly effective against targets already debilitated. So it's a famed Catal dagger. So I could actually give that to Jimothy, because Jimothy wanted to do a Catal dagger and mace build, stun them and then stab them. I was kind of hoping it would be like a, you know, the Fidel dagger, but it's cool. I'll still take it, obviously. Don't know what it's doing in terms of damage. How did it roll? How did it roll? I kind of ignored the whole, let's have a look at its stats properly. 36 to 54, and the weapon, so it doesn't do, like, more armor penetration or armor damage, but that's kind of fine, because you don't really want to do that with daggers too much anyway for armor damage. Weapon skills is -1, that's fine for, like, a nimble build, I guess. It's 36 to 54, I will have to check the Battle Brothers big sheet online to see how much of a difference that is in terms of damage. But I assume it's more. Okay, contract is handed in and done, and wow. This is the most money we've ever had. Which, I'm actually about to blow almost half, well, more than half of it on building a Hamlet, but it's for a good cause. I did some skeleton feats. Is there a champ? Nah. The good thing is that at least some, like, Ancient Honor Guard champions might start appearing, but if there's not a champion, I'm not going to bother fighting them. But after selling all the armor that we got from the, well, the Ancient Honor Guards alone, plus that stuff, I must have made about 10 grand from that. Plus the 7 grand we got from the actual contract, and there's a little bit of money left at Caer Bod as well. It was crazy. Once we get back, I will probably do one arena fight, because we have 15 off getting to Invincible. And I think one arena fight will probably do it, I hope. And then we will probably rest for a bit and maybe see how the brothers are feeling, and then I will look at to see what to do for the rest of the episode. Okay, we're back. Let's get this thing built already. So, build a hamlet. The stronghold has grown large enough that many common people flock to it. Goddamn right they do. It would be wise to construct a hamlet for these people to live in, or live at. This would cost 20k. I am fine with this. The Caer Bod hamlet is... Oh, that's adorable. Oh, maybe adorable is the wrong term, but it's there. Let me quickly go over there. I want to see how this... God, we're like building like a... We're building a nation, boys and girls. What do I do with it? So, there's an actual marketplace. Well, hang on. You're charging me? Also, can I name... Can I name it differently to Caer Bod? Oh my god, I can. Right, well. Get your ideas in. I'm just going to call it get your... Hang on. Ideas in. Ideas. That's fine. Everyone, if you want to, put some ideas down in the comments. Let's see what we want to call Caer Bod's Hamlet. Hamlet. It's like a small piece of ham. Kind of like chode. Anyway. Just call it ham-let. Anyway, so we can hire people here, but we don't appear at Caer Bod. They appear here instead. This is sort of offset what I was going to do, though, because I was kind of hoping that because the arena's at Caer Bod, it would spawn... gladiators, because there is one gladiator I want to get, and there is also quite a high-end, like, I suppose, like, noble person or oath taker character that I need to get as well, but I don't think they're going to spawn either, because they're technically outside the castle gates. Can I add buildings? Oh my god! It acts as a separate thing, and you can upgrade the hamlet as well! Oh, Jesus Christ! Wait. It doesn't say anything about upgrading the hamlet, but I can... Wow. I'm so impressed with this mod, man. I'm so impressed. That's a really weird name now that I'm looking at it, but hey. Can I get back and do this before it turns nighttime? Because otherwise the people at the arena are going to be pissed. Cool, let's do it. Alright, this shouldn't be an issue. Although our armor is... Okay, Michael's armor's not top-tip shape, but I can't see it being problematic. Not really. Come on, then. Let us get to 8,000. If we get to... Ow! If we get to 8,000 from a contract in the arena of our own place, I think that's pretty fitting, I think. How dare you? How dare you? Throwing sand in my face. Well, Michael's face. You throw sand in his face, you throw sand in my face. In my arena. Disrespect my people like that. For shame. There's a reason you're all here. Vagabonds. Well, anyway, time to die. On guard, indeed. Slam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, you think you're so funny. Get in the ground. Alright. I mean, I'll take the money. Are we at 8,000? 8,012! We did it. There you go. Give it a second. It might happen overnight. With rivers of blood, 100 burned fortresses, and 10,000 fat feasting crows at your back, the tales of your company's prowess will never die. The name of the Chodes is spoken in triumphant shouts and hushed awe in every corner of the known world. Fathers name their sons after your bravest men, and those boys will grow up acting out the many famous battles you fought. Your renown is such now that it has become an inconvenience to visit any place larger than a hamlet. Everywhere you travel, you are harried day and night. Eligible maidens competing for the men's attention end up in fisticuffs. Shopkeepers, thinking you magnificently wealthy, call at all hours with their wares. Worst of all, every braggart in the land wishes to challenge your men, with a militia waiting for the outcome, hoping that a simple fine for fighting in the street may be elevated to a blood debt. But you achieve what you set out, even if the result is not quite what you anticipated. For sure it ain't. Whatever your fate, the Chodes have already become immortal in the history of the world. And the Chartered House of DNA Engineers' name shall live on forever, just like the Knobs. Oh man, to follow in their footsteps, to be proud. Everyone who is a Chode can be just as proud as a Knob. There it is. There's your confirmation. Let's help you with your car, good sir. Albertus has got a sprained ankle, but you know what? I'm feeling good about stuff. Alright, let's rest up, let's let the brothers camp, let them have, like, drink merry, have conversation. You know, do the thing. Have a drink on me, lads. You've earned it. Wait a second. At Caer Bod. With the brothers returning after a well-fought defence of Fuchsberg and the north from the rising undead, many take a moment to revel in the victory, whilst others, more affected by the recent loss of their fellow brother Paul, are more mellow, sombre. You could tell from a glance that Didicus, student and friend of Paul, is hit the hardest by his recent passing, a shield and loyal hound left to him from his mentor. Whilst the pain is rough now, there is power in it, and an opportunity for Didicus to learn from everything Paul has taught him. The brothers show Didicus the armour set they found down in the south that had been the last thing Paul claimed for the company. The brothers thought it was only right for him to have it. "It's too heavy for I," says Didicus wearing it. "I do not believe that I can do my job to the best of my ability in memoriam with this armour, beautiful as it is." Didicus removes the armour and casts his gaze upon the chodes. A respectful silence in the air as Didicus surveys, before his eyes lock into the already golden-helmeted Pyre Gazer, standing by the side, attending to his impacted armour. "Pyre, I entrust you with this armour that my mentor and our brother left us. May you use it well, and honour Paul in your own way," states Didicus. Pyre rises. "Gladly, friend." He nods before casting his old armour aside and appraising and testing the new. "We may have witnessed the birth of a new legend, but one birthed through loss and sacrifice. Meanwhile, what's everyone else up to?" Maximus gathers his brothers in arms around a comforting warmth of the fire. The bronzed warrior seemed to have a wistful smile etched upon his face. Recent events had seen another chode buried, and sorrow had seeped into the hearts of all the company. "My brothers!" Maximus roars, with a horn of ale in his hands. "We find ourselves with another brother lost to us," the southern gladiator remarks as his brown eyes look over the assembled girthy lads. "I will miss Paul. I will miss the reliability of his shield arm and his advice before the battle," Maximus said, pausing for a moment. "Paul may be gone from this life, but he remains as a legend, and so shall all of us when our time comes. We have carved out a bloody path of victory throughout these lands. We have slain monsters and men alike in such numbers that a wall could be made of the corpses." The southern northerner becomes more animated now. "We are the Chodes, legends upon to this land, like the stories of old. Death by blade or old age, we have made our marks on this." The other Chodes cheer, whether suitably drunk or because they buy the gladiator's rhetoric is unclear. What is clear, however, is that now Maximus is naked and offering to wrestle any of his brothers. I see him naked too many times for my liking. Now, I don't know if anyone else caught that little blurb at the pub before we went into that event, which was also a very somber, but very touching event from both Maximus and Didicus, and I suppose a bit of Pyre Gazer's side as well. But the guy at the pub said that there was some undead guy walking around with an extraordinary weapon to the southeast of Caer Bod. So I guess I'm looking for that guy right now, because he said extraordinary weapon. And that's all you need to tell me. Okay, so whilst I was looking for that random marauding undead person in, like, the southeast from, like, Caer Bod, as the drunk guy was saying at the pub, something kind of weird happened. So I found a undead area. It was here, actually. And I was like, oh, it's just another random undead place. And I went into it, and I was like, I'm probably not going to show this because it's just bog standard. There's just a few weirder gangers, there's a few fallen heroes, and there's, like, 2 geists. It's not really a big deal. But, my god, I wish I did record footage of it, because not only did we get 1 famed item as a helmet, which I do not know who to give to yet, but answers on the postcard if you want it, I guess, 'cause it's up for grabs, but we actually got 2 famed items. We got a famed handgun, which is ridiculous. Like, I was like, oh, the one I'm not going to bother showing today, and it ends up to give us 2 famed items. Don't get me wrong, the handgun isn't that great of a famed item. It's got a great name. It's called Bloody Thunder. But the damage is the exact same. The armor pen is the exact same. The armor effectiveness is the exact same. The big differences are it costs half the fatigue to hold it, and it costs weapon skill of less 3 fatigue. So firing the gun only costs 2 fatigue, which is basically nothing. So that's cool, but it can also be a pretty interesting contender for reforging it back at Caer Bod, so that could be worth doing. But because that happened, I'm now going to do this fight and show it in the hopes that there is actually another famed item here, because apparently we're just finding them everywhere, and I'm going to try and get a few people in. I've also decided what legendary location I'm going to do, and I will explain why when we go there. So let's go wrap in here. It's going to be a very undead-related episode, but a very successful undead-related episode. How rare is that? Okay, now that I've brought us in, there's probably going to be, like, nothing here. But I'll wait. I'll wait. I can patiently wait my turn, see what happens. I have no idea what's going to live here. Ah, there's a Necromancer up there. Oh, God, all the way up there? That's a distant... Oh. Oh, this fight might be harder than the last one, which might suggest that there might actually be something good here. Here's hoping. Come on now. Don't waste my time. Hurry up. I know there's 34 of you, but I've got 3 cleavers with all your heads on it, and a man that doesn't run away. So I've got my backup Geist dealer with her, sort of. At the very least, he won't run, is what I'm saying. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, whoa, hang on. How many times did I say oh dear? Oh my god. 3, 9? I think I've fought 9 Geists before. I can't even make a joke about that. I mean, they're here. That's the only joke I can make about it. Oh my god, really? You must be hanging onto your head for dear life. Or dear unlife, I guess. Oh boy, please, please. Oh, he's stunned. Oh, great, nice one. For reference point, Poker is going to do nothing except stand there and scream for this fight. I am not going to let him attack or move. Pretty worried about Darth. He is surrounded and running. Like, ultra, super, mega surrounded, but he is blocking it off a bit, so... At least that one's only got a spear, so if he is doing damage, but not all that much damage. God, still so many of them. 20% is not worth taking. It just isn't. Apparently, neither is 75. Come on, man. Time to wake up. Same goes to you, Pyre. I didn't give you that nice piece of armor to die in it now. How far can you get up and scream? Hallelujah. Come on now. Second wind. Kill these Geists, please. I assume that hitting zombies will get your blood pumping, technically. Right? They still have blood in their veins, so it should work. Zombie experts out there, let me know. You're in the way. Okay, nobody's running. I wish the gun didn't take so long to rearm, but here we are. See ya. I mean, hopefully they're all aiming their screams at Centurious because they don't know that he can't be screamed away. That'd be nice. Also, shooting them with a gun would be nice. Don't think that'll happen, though. It'd be amazing if it did. You're way too far away. That's fine. You know what? This Lady Luck. Oh my god, Lady Luck. What was that chance? Chance 5, rolled 5. It does happen. Boy howdy. Does it ever. Mate, if that doesn't scare you, if watching a guy kill a ghost with an arrow doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. Oh, he did bring his friend back. Kind of a shell of the man he used to be, though. Is that... That's all the guy's dead, right? Ugh, right. That's that done. Now it's just this mess. Don't shoot. Wait. So... Did what just happen... Okay, so he accidentally shot Darth, but because he shot Darth, Breeze took damage for hitting Darth. That's what just happened, didn't it? Wow. Well, it was interesting to see, but not what I expected to happen. Let's not do that again, shall we? Please. Okay, it's round 11. As you can imagine, we're all getting pretty cream-crackered knackered. But they still want to go. So let's bring the heat to the kitchen, although, gotta be careful of our fatigue. Yeah, of course, he's put like a last barrier up. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Uh-huh, that's not gonna save you. Well, it might. For a little while. At least he's fatigued finally. No, actually, he's exhausted. That's better. He's gonna be dead soon. Even better. Oh. Pal. Friend. Buddy. Mate. Come on now. Look, your master's almost dead. You could leave, Not that you will. I can give you eternal rest. How's that for a deal? It's a good deal. Alright then, I guess not. Of all the people he tried to attack the person with one of the highest defenses and the most dodge person. Yeah, that... I've already told you, old man, that doesn't work. Because of this. Welcome to the modern world. Jackass. Look, buddy, just die. Oh, why won't you die? Please? We just want to leave. Oh, why? Come on now. I give you a fair deal. Thank you. Okay, that was way harder than the last fight. In the last fight, I got 2 famed items. What do I get from this one? God damn it! Why? Okay, well, great. I guess I'll add that to someone's armor. Well, the only good necromancer is a dead necromancer. Or an undead necromancer? I don't know. Semantics. I'm gonna go back to Caer Bod, and then I'll explain my idea for the rest of this episode. Okay, I hope past me, or future me, decides to edit out a lot of the last fight, because it was 34 Wiedegangers of pointlessness, whereas this fight actually has a fallen hero with a famed one-handed axe, which would be very useful for Bolt or Auric. So, this is actually worth it. And it's only 14 of them, so this should actually be over like a flash, unlike fighting a fight with 9 Geists and 2 Wiedegangers. Sorry, 2 Necromancers. Although one of them did become a Wiedeganger Necromancer, which is a hell of a tongue twister. Alright, let the rest of them come. How hard can be? Also, Burt. It feels like he was a knight in one of the fights we fought in the past. Maybe he was. Maybe he came back from the dead very angry and brought all his friends with him. Would be an interesting tale to tell. I feel like one of them was called Burt. Maybe not. I'm making it up, perhaps. I mean, technically this whole narrative I made up. But hey. Okay, now we're knee-deep in. Darth is squaring up against Burt. I mean, Darth's armor's not actually super duper recovered. I should have been aware of that, but, well, we're here now. Worst comes to worst, I should be able to manage. And the rest of the team just seem to have everything kind of handled at the moment. For the moment. Let's not get too cocky about the situation, eh? Oh, he's dodging. On the plus side, with him being a fallen hero, he only gets 1 move, so... Small victories. Come on now. Great block. That was the big one to worry about, but we're fine. We're fine. Ooh. Go on, what's the chance? 9? You came back from the dead to do a 9 roll? What was the point in going back at all? Well, to be fair to this Burt fellow, he may not be able to hit, but he can definitely block. So that's going to be an issue. Also, now we've got you go away. And you, apparently. Alright. And you come into play. Any of them almost dead. See what I mean? He's actually got a decent block on him. It's in a shield, not like a chin. I mean, he might have a good chin on him. Maybe not anymore, because, you know, he's undead. But... well, that might take a while to get through. That one, on the other hand, maybe not. Recover. That's fine. Sure. Weird thing to try and flex on, but okay. This axe is going to suck, isn't it? I can already see it now. That was not a good hit on our side. Oh no. He finally hits with the axe, and all of a sudden I might think it's an okay axe, because he just took half of Darth's health off just like that. Huh. Uh-oh. I might have insulted him a bridge too far, you could say. Right, out you come. Saying that, poker will finish the deal. Seal it. I mean, he might get back up, who knows. But for the time being, he is outie. Please just end this. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see what we got. Interesting. Oh, the other one's not here. Damn. But I assume it's damage and effectiveness against armor. Well, I'm grabbing it. obviously. Alright, so I'm back at Caer Bod. I have done a few changes here and there. I have also moved the famed items around a teeny tiny bit. I second guessed, well, I decided to change up where I was going to put the axe, because to get the most bang for our buck with this new axe, it made sense to give it to someone who was a one-handed duelist. So Francis fits that bill a bit better than any other axeman on the team as it stands. But I did give Bolt a famed shield as well, because one of Bolt's biggest issues is his defense. So that should actually help him quite a bit. Oh god, I've got hiccups. Now, let me explain what we're going to do for the rest of this episode. We are going to go deal with a legendary location. And it is actually the closest one to us. And the reason why I want to go do Witch's Hut is because, mainly out of spite to that noble house, that noble army that I want to go and destroy. So, for those of you who don't know, when you do the Witch's Hut, when you finish it, you get the obsidian dagger, which you can use to stab people, and if you kill them with it, they come back on your side as Wiedergangers. So I think it'd be a right hoot to get that dagger, take this contract again, now especially with 2 guns, go back over there, and make them fight each other to their own death as we laugh and watch. So let's go get this dagger, and then we can probably maybe think about doing this again, perhaps. Mayhaps. I might do another legendary location first before this, because I have picked the Goblin location destruction, so maybe we go and do the Goblin City next, which is down here. It's here, but we do have to go and deal with 4 different areas in the interim for that. Or 5. It's a lot, anyway. When we do get to go do the Goblin City, I'm definitely going to be cutting quite a bit out, just because fighting Goblin locations back to back to back to back, I know can feel a bit boring. Let's wait until daytime, and let's wait for our stuff to recover, and then we'll crack in. Well, we're as fixed as we can be, and I suppose I will read this out for the people who haven't seen this legendary location before. So you pause at the forest clearing. The hut before you stands like a mere crumb. It's so quaint and easily forgotten, you wondered how it could survive. But perhaps its total banality and unassuming nature is itself a sort of armor. You've been around the world long enough to know to trust your instinct, and right now your instinct is to wait. Soon enough, the hut's door pops open. An elderly woman hobbles out. She immediately waves in your direction. You, and only you. Confused, you ask why just yourself, or more particularly, why would you ever trust her to begin with? She smiles. Because I know what the false king dreams of at night. The mercenaries around you turn about and ask what she said. You put a hand up and tell them to stay their ground while you go have a talk with the mysterious woman. I mean, you basically lived next door to her for the past 2 years. She's basically our neighbour. Stay here and stay on guard. You come in with your sword drawn just to find a woman offering you a bowl of stew. She suggests it's only rabbit and potatoes and more the former than the latter. Sheathing your sword, you take the bowl and have a seat at the table with her opposite you. A couple of candles burn nearby, and there are glyphs painted on the walls in white and similar shapes hang from the ceiling as dream catchers. The woman puts her elbows on the table. There are trinkets wound in her hair, clips of bird bones and feathers. She carries a weathered face, though her eyes are starkly young like pearls glimmering from the depths of a swamp. I knew you would come, a phantom of a friend, like a moth to a flame, seeking truth which cannot be tamed. Pushing the bowl back across the table, you ask if she is a witch. She nods affirmatively and stares at you before nodding. Good. You haven't killed me, which means you're thinking now. I am indeed a so-called witch, but I am alone. Entirely alone. Oh, my throat. Unhounded by the others. You might call them my sisters. But these others know who you are just as I do, and they want your blood. They can smell it, and that is why I want to talk. Sounds a bit like the anatomist's voice, but hey, well, what is it you want? Woman draws a long object wrapped in tablecloth and sets it on the table. She throws back its linen to reveal a jagged obsidian blade with a leather strip for a grip. Cut your flesh and bleed upon the black, the hexen, and their lowly craft shall become. And then you shall kill them all. After that, we could talk. Sellsword and witch, and sellsword. You ask what's in it for you. The witch cackles. Oh, sellsword. You are not in the business of allegiance, but in the business of gold. And with a clever turn of coin, you know a friend can turn into a foe. But I offer something more, a truth which cannot be seen, the truth for the false king. Well, we've already come this far. The black blade rests in your hand, and your reflection rests jaggedly in its stony grooves, stretched and pulled into every divot and edge. It is a simple stone, a simple dagger. That is all. Not the least bit heavy, but you can feel the import. Like dust tossed upon a grave, there is not so much weight in the sand as there is in the throw itself. This blade is either loss or gain, and there's only one way to see to which. The witch nods. The witch to witch nods. You nod back and slash her upper arm. The blood pools onto the stone, and your reflections disappear beneath the crimson. Almost growling, the witch eagerly leans in and presses the blade against the skin. More! More, sellsword! More! You slash again and flex. The spurt hits the stone. She takes the knife and slaps the spotless cloth onto the wound. Well enough, sellsword. Go to your men and prepare. You stand and look at the woman. You ask, and once I kill your enemies, then we talk again. She smiles. In so many ways, yes. Then I will do so. When you step outside and inform the company that hostiles are coming, soon enough, the haggard women are spotted walking between the trees of the forest, their long fingernails scratching across the bark, and their drooling lips sniveling, up to snort and cackle. The first to come through has a long head shaped like a canoe. Rude. An infant's skull dangles from a necklace. Less rude. And a leather bag pouches at her hip. 2 rabbit feet sticking out of the pouch. She glares at the hut and sniffs the air, then shifts her eyes upon you. You have made covenants with that bitch. You nod. The deal's been made, aye. And it'll end with you dying on the end of this blade. And I believe she prefers to be just called Witch. Another Hexen steps forward. You two, forgive me. We prefer to call her cunt. Kill the sellswords. Take the captain alive, but remove his eyes and that lousy tongue. The throng of witches rush forward, some already shifting into licentious-looking younglings, while others revolve their arms in ritual rites. Right, well, as Rob Zombie said, slam in the back of my Dragula, let's go. Okay, this could go really well, or it could be like the worst thing ever, just because of the sheer amount of hex. And they're fine to manage, but the mind control thing is a bit insane when you think, especially when it's like 4 or 5 hex. Because that's almost half of your team just gone. And our resolve, it's okay. It's not great though. Right then. Let's keep everyone as separated in the group as possible. Couldn't push him back. Don't kill Poker. Please don't kill Poker. Shame that rallying doesn't, like, bring everyone back. That'd be a way to kind of balance it a little bit, you know? Oh well. I'm just thinking out loud whilst I'm waiting for my turn. Which is probably a long way away at this point. So we got, what, 4? They're probably all going to do their kissy face and maybe turn quite a few people. I'm glad I took Quack's necklace off him before I came up here. It didn't really kill anything though, did it? It's kind of what I needed. Okay. You're not gonna turn Poker. You're not gonna. Ow. I mean, weird, but okay. Pull him out. Alwyn, get into that den. Damn, you're not dead. But why? I mean, I can't really do much here. Ouch. Colgan, I swear to God. Right. I swear to Davpol. I feel like when we're in melee combat with them, we shouldn't really be able to do all that much, but you know how it goes. Right. Alwyn, please don't accidentally kill this Hex, because you'll kill Diarma at the same time. Which I really want you to bring the pain. You will be killing one of us basically instantaneously. Which we probably shouldn't do. Get him out. Wow, that's problematic. Like, really problematic. Oh, Trench, come on, man. Hang on. So the guy that had the necklace where it doubles mind control resistance, and he gets mind controls. 1, 2, right, if you stand there, he's not going to be able to do anything to you, I don't think. Pokey, you're a bit banged up, so go that way, please. Wait for Orwin to move, because once he moves, he's going to come back to us after this. Or he should. That's not ideal. Oh god, hello. Oh, the fact that they're both... Oh, all three of them are hexing. Jesus. That's a bit... That's just... a bit much. Okay, nobody move too much. Oh, damn. Well, they can't anyway. Are any of them... Thank you. Right. 3 to go. There's still a fair bit, to be fair. Bit. Everyone try and keep... Good dodge. Try and keep as separated out as you can. Only one of them is using the Hex at the moment. Wow, that was 3 70% misses. Wow. That's very unfortunate. There goes Maximus, unfortunately. He goes into the belly of the beast. As does Colgan. This is the problem as well. Now we've lost 2 people to getting eaten. And then we're going to get... Our Trench is probably kind of dead, actually. I sort of notice what he's surrounded by. You know what? That's fine. Just because of that. Right. Good dog. Oh, what was that chance? Oh, man. That's unlucky. Weird that you kind of just walked over to Trench not thinking that he'd fight back. Because he will. Don't hex. He moved. She moved. Hit. Right then. Can you at least knock him back? Give me a sec on that. Give me a sec. Actually, I can't. You've got to go down, buddy. You gotta. Please turn back to normal. Please. Can we get our 2 people back, please? Don't hex, don't hex. Okay, good. This is fine. Kinda. That didn't actually work as well as I was hoping. Hey, Colgan, buddy. How's it going? It's been a bit of a fight, hasn't it? Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Right. You back off. Get away from him. Shouldn't shoot the Hex, because she is using Hex. So, there's that. But she is running. As is the on-hold. I'm kind of fine with that. She's no longer running. But she's now got into this range. Walked right into that one, didn't you? Okay. Worst is over. Now it's time for cleanup. Look, can you just give me Maximus back, please? There he is. There he is. You didn't miss much. Well, actually, that's a lie. You kind of did. I like how it hit and then ran away straight away after that. That was very weird. Alright, what did we learn? You can't be trusted around Hex. That's what we learned. Silly Billy. Also, everyone is knackered. Knackered. Oh, you're running. Nice. You should. You're not going to be able to, but you should have ran. Okay. Legendary location basically complete. Let me just kill this on hold. Okay, we're good. Bloody hell, that was a bit of a nightmare. It was so weird. I mean, the Witch's Hut isn't like the worst thing in the world, but when you get like a bizarre composition like that, it kind of throws you for a loop a bit. But at least there weren't any shrats, so there's that. Bloody hell. Keep an eye on you, buddy, you crazy wild man. But at least we got stuff. Oh, we actually also got the Webneck potion back, which Dalton originally had, but then when he died, we technically got a chance to get it back again. But we just haven't fought Webneck since, so if anyone wants to be immune to poison, let me know. The last of the witches is slain. You have their corpses mutilated for good measure. Ears, lips, noses, toes, all of them cut off. Their bags are emptied out and their items crushed into powder and covered in dust. Fleshy bits or animal parts are dumped into a pile and promptly burned. As the fire rises, the Hexen from the hut seemingly appears out of nowhere and takes you by the arm. Your men draw their swords, but you hold your hand up. You tell them to keep salting the earth, so to speak. And as you enter the hut, you take a look back to see a few of the men pissing on the embers of the fire. Very classic move, Chodes. Inside the hut, you sit where you had before. On the table, you find something rolled up in a handkerchief, and the witch pinches its corner and rolls it between her finger and thumb. She looks up and tips her chin forwards and turns her hands palms up. Who are you? An old hag in a forest hut. Everything here is hearsay. You stay. You stay? You stare at her long enough to see there's little fruit to bear in chasing the question. How do you know who I am? She stares at the wrapped item. I don't even know your name, Sellsword, and I haven't the slightest inclination to begin to care. It is not a matter of who you are, but what you are. She turns her hands as though they were following a tune. The blood of the ancients resides within you. It resides within us all, but you in particular. Her nose crinkles as she snorts, and she exhales as she grins madly. It is ever so there, and if I can smell it, then the world can smell it. What is Davkol? Shrugging and leaning back, the Hexen asks you to repeat the name Davkol. She shakes her head. I have heard nothing about this Davkol. A supposed god, you say? Well, he has not spoken to me. You stare at her and try to pry a hidden truth from her eyes, but she seems earnest in her response. Rare, and you change the subject. With a greenskins human? The Hexen cackles. I wish! Have you seen what orcs got between their legs? Wouldn't mind a ride on that if I know it wouldn't tear me in half and fork one end while wearing the other for a glove. You raise an eyebrow and nod as though to say, Ah, yes, of course, a woman of culture we have found. Who are the ancients? She taps the handkerchief and whatever is beneath wraps the table. She answers, The ancients were mad before our time. Truly, truly before our time. Imagine a kingdom. Now imagine a kingdom that ruled kingdoms, an empire. That's correct. Now imagine an empire that rules empires, unfathomable power, such as that leaves the world with great vengeance, and will spend its dying days ruining those which had ruined it. You ask if the empire is dead, the witch smiles. I suspect not, but I do not truly know. Why do you call me the false king? For the first time there's a crack in the witch's facade. She purses her lips. When did I call you that? You point to the door and then to the table. You answer, I walked in here, and you said I'd seen the truth, seek the truth, that you know what the false king dreams of. The Hexen taps the handkerchief, rather mindlessly. She looks up. And you have my apologies, Sellsword. I remember no such thing. I am but a fragile old woman, older than I look, and I'm not being cheeky about that. You press her on the matter, but she only stonewalls you further. Then what is it I dream of? The Hexen leans forward. She puts her hands to your face, and you feel the leathery fingers press deep into your cheeks like a half-dozen walnuts. Very specific. They rub the corners of your eyes and tap your temples, all the while she is smiling, and then she pulls back. You go to the noblemen, and the rich, and they pay you gold, and in return you risk life and limb, and you slaughter and murder and kill all you can. And there you are, day after day, wondering if that's all you're good for. And afterward, the highborn shut the door on you and your deeds. And you hear them inside having their grand time, music playing, women folk laughing, jesters joking, the festivities are riotous, and you are outside with a bag of gold in hand, and its bullets like the seat, and you go down to the pub and buy yourself a whore, and tip a coin to the minstrel for a song, and you could taste the fine wine in even cheapest of cellars, but there is no escape from that horrible feeling in the back of your head. The feeling that you were born into fever, and all this violence and death is not a means to an end, but the end itself. It is what you are, and what you always will be. She pauses, sighs, continues. Sellsword, the power of a lie is only equaled by one's desire to believe in it. You live a powerful lie, and such power will not go easily. I beg of you, be only what you can understand. It was not yourself, or your weaponry, or the presence of your company, Hall, which brought her fear, but the only dawning of some unknown realization as she speaks to you now. Well, who am I? You stand up yelling at the woman for answers. She slaps you in the face and you stiffen and fall to back a step. A drop of blood slips down your cheek, and you catch it in your cuff. The witch grabs the handkerchief and throws it off, revealing the obsidian blade beneath. It is sharper than you remember, a vivid sliver of yourself running down the edge as though you cracked a door towards a mirror. The Hexen sits back down and pushes the weapon across the table. No more questions, Sellsword. There's only so much I know, and so much you need to know. We've made a deal, and this is the end of it. Taking the dagger, you ask what she did to it, but she refuses to answer. You then ask if there are more out there like her. She grins playfully. I pray there are not. We have gained the obsidian dagger. Now, if I was like a more righteous person, I would probably kill the witch. But because we're, anatomists and people of science, I think we'd find this witch as our next door neighbor quite interesting. So, well done, we're done then. I should take my leave. Bye, neighbor. You bid the witch adieu and she says nothing more. Outside, the men ask what she said, while others make references to sexual escapades. Classic move. You think you're smirking, but you really don't know. The conversation has left you in a fog, and from within the mist you only depend upon what you know. Ordering the company back on the road. Let's rock and roll. And now we have the obsidian dagger, which doesn't do like insane damage. Let me confirm it to compare it to this. So 20 to 40. So it does actually do more than a rondelle. Actually, yeah, it really does. Hang about. Huh. Well then. I guess that's sorted for the time being. That'll do. He needs like 1 million backup daggers. Okay, cool. So we've got that sword. I will sell all this stuff next time. But I probably am going to leave it there. We actually done quite a lot of stuff today. We got the legendary location done for the Witch's Hut. That's the first one properly sorted, really. We got loads of famed items. We had a bit of a journey. Next episode, I will probably maybe do a bit of the start on the whole Goblin City, but I might do it like half and half, so I'm not just getting bored of fighting goblins. I might sprinkle it in with this noble contracts now that we've got 2 guns and the obsidian dagger, which I think will kind of turn the tides a little bit to our end. But we'll see. I also do want to try and find the last 2 people on the list now. One of them is like a hedge knight sellsword sort of person, and one of them is a gladiator. So next time we go down south, I will find him, and I will hopefully find a sellsword hedge knight person next time. Also, give me your ideas on the names for our Hamlet for Caer Bod. I am very interested to hear it, and if anyone wants this helmet, it is up for grabs, as well as the web neck potion, which makes you immune to poison. But let me just do the roll call now. Everyone's a little bit banged up after that fight, which is kind of understandable, but that's fair enough. So let's have a look. So Darth, you're on 110 kills. Pyre, you're on 233. Bolt, you're on 127. Paradox, you're on 6. Colgan, you're on 266. Fidel, you're on 251. Orwin's on 362. The Armor's on 395. He's almost at 400. Minim's on 186. Poker's on 312. French is on 2. That's actually higher than it was. It was at 0, wasn't it, I think? So, hey, it's a growth. Maximus is on 393. Oh! There's only 2 in it. Francis is on 17. Daemonix is on 65. Didicus is on 76. Triumphy's on 12. Bigwell's on 80. Archie's on 17. Difurus is on 29. And Ostini is on 35. So I think Diarmut's winning by 2 kills. I think that includes everyone as well. So I think the highest person in the Caer Bod now is Michael, who's on about the same as Orwin. So around the similar set area, but we're going to be seeing some people hitting 400 by the end of the series for sure. But as always, I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. I'm sure there's more in there that you'll enjoy. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we are going out with the Chodes in Caer Bod and its new Hamlet, and maybe trying out some more legendary locations on the map. And if you can't wait till then, feel free to join Discord. It is linked in the description below and on the channel itself. Come join us. We're a good bunch of lads and lasses. Other than that, it's going to be ciao for now from me, guys and girls. Ciao for now from the Chodes.